Hey guys, how we all doing? Okay. On today's episode of the kingdom called Ogugu. Yeah. Today episode I'm going to be talking about why is Ogugu called Ogugu? Why? I mean, why are we named Ogugu? Because Ogugu is to Igala, like Igala generally, Ogugu means a bird called in English. I don't really like the English name because it sounds like it doesn't sound like a name to me. It sounds like awful. So I don't like the English name, but the bird called O is what is called Ogugu in Igala language. That is the name. That is the name in Igala. It's called Ogugu, and a lot of people believe this bird to be evil. Okay, to be evil. I personally do not believe that the bird is evil. I do not. I believe that God created that bird in a terrifying way. The image is actually terrifying. So when you see the bird, you just think that it's an evil bird. In Western world, a lot of people have it as pet bird in their home. So I don't believe it's an evil bird. It's just like people don't like it, just like the way we don't like vulture. A lot of people, everybody does not like vulture. There's normal hatred on vulture for no reason, so that's how I see it. But people generally believe that the bird called Ogugu in Igala language is an evil bird. And then a lot of people also have this idea that they generated in their head that Ogugu as a kingdom, Ogugu as my home, as where I come from, is an evil, is full. They are full of witches and wizards in Ogugu, probably because of the name. First of all, there are witches and wizards all over the world, and witchcraft is even something in the Western world. They practice witchcraft, they study witchcraft in the university. The problem with Africa is because we use our own for evil. Okay, we use our own to do evil, to kill each other, to afflict people with diseases, and all the evil things. That's what we use our own witchcraft to do. If not, witchcraft is not really that bad, because other country, Western country, they've used the same witchcraft to do a lot of good things for themselves. But in Africa, we use it to do evil. Well, that's not why I'm here today. So now I'm going to tell you briefly, quickly, why are we called Ogugu? Now, in the time past, my ancestors came to this forest, and they look at it that the forest is good, is a fruitful land, a virgin land, and they want it for themselves. They wanted to dwell in that land as their own home, as their land, as where they want to be and have their children and raise their children and live their life, right? So, of course, in those days, we were not Christians, if you agree with me. In those days, in the time past, there was no Christianity. It was just the gods of our ancestors that we worship. We do not have Christianity at the time. Okay, so now, after consulting with their gods or their deity or the god of their ancestors, and they see that, and the gods respond that the land is good for them to stay, they had just one problem. In this land, this forest that is very beautiful and fruitful, and that their gods have approved for them that is a land that they need, that the land is good for them and their children, was dominated by this bird, the old birds, which is called Ogugu, was dominated by Ogugu birds. All right? It was dominated by Ogugu birds. So they talked to them, they thought about it and felt like, okay, the land is good for us, and our ancestors or our gods approve it for us to dwell in. So we are not going to leave the land because of the birds, because we are superior to bird. We are superior to animal. We are human beings. These are animal. We have power over them. So we cannot leave the land as beautiful as it is just because there are birds in it. So they decide to start killing the bird. Okay? They decide to start killing the Ogugu bird. So they kill the birds, and some of the birds flew away from the land. They killed the bird and they took over the land. So when it was time for them to name the land, the kingdom that is now known as Ogugu, when it was time to name it, then had a meeting. The elders had a meeting and they asked themselves, what name shall we give this land? What name? What name should we give this our land? I don't mind my English. I don't be English person. I'm not fluent in English, but of course, you're getting the information. That's the most important thing. So they thought of it and they said, okay, let's name it Ogugu. You know, you will agree with me that in the past, people named their children based on the situation or the circumstances surrounding the birth of that child. That's why you have names like Ojuku. Ojuku is not an Igala name, but the child was given birth to at the time where they fought the Ojuku War. So they just named the child Ojuku. You see some name like Adika, that's garden egg farmer. You know, garden egg farmer. Now, is either that child was born during the time where they were farming garden egg or during the time where they were harvesting garden egg. So people name their children in those days based on the situation surrounding the birth or surrounding their life at the time the child was born. Okay, so that was what happened. So they felt like, okay, this was the situation we found ourselves. We defeated the birds, we killed them, and then we defeated them and we conquered the land. So let's name the land Ogugu. And that was all. That's how the name came about. That's how they just named the land Ogugu, and it is called Ogugu till now. So we are not witches and wizards. There are witches and wizards everywhere. They call us witch. Your mama fi be witch. Your papa fi be witch. Your uncle, your aunties, them. So witchcraft are everywhere. Whether you're from Ogugu or you're from Idikina or you're from what do they call it? Ofu, or from Ankpa, or from Igbo land, Yoruba land, or you are from Ukraine or Russia or wherever you come from, there are witchcrafts, or there is witchcraft kingdom every land, every country of the world. So it's not just about one place, you know. So we are called Ogugu because that was the situation. We found the bird Ogugu in the land. The bird called Ogugu, the old bird. We found those birds in the land. We killed the bird. We took over the land. So when it was time to name the land, we decided to name it after the situation that we found ourselves. Yeah. So thanks for watching. You can share so that other people can also see the video and have this knowledge. Don't keep it to yourself alone. This information is very valid and it's very important. A lot of Ogugu people, as Ogugu child, like a lot of Ogugu children, does not even have this knowledge. A lot of them does not have the knowledge. If you ask them, if you interview them, why is your kingdom or why is where you come from called Ogugu? They do not know. So now you know. You can also share so that other people can know. Bye. See you next on another topic. Bye.